Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is Sabbath, May 13th, 2017. This is my notes for the lesson today. We started off in the Torah portions with Elder Solomon, Exodus chapter 40. And we get the picture. A building built for the glory of Yahweh's name. The temple is shown in the body of Messiah. We need Yahweh to lead and direct us as he did Yisrael. So this image of the temple is shown through the body of the Messiah, because we know that the temple is the body and the body is the temple, because our body is a temple. And we need Yahweh to lead and direct our temples, or direct us as he did Yisrael, with a fire and cloud. What should we work on to be pleasing to Yahweh? Number one, continue the work. Make the word more clear to people. Number two, get to a place that has the teachings of truth. Music, praise should be on our list. Make a place, make a stage to give Yahweh the praise. Number three, direct the assembly of Yahweh. There is a new kahal, a new calling out we see around the world. It's that time for change. Haggai chapter 7, verses 2 through 7. People are waking up, recognizing what's happening. The world is being shaken and becoming darker. More in opposition with people of truth and justice. The assembly serve a purpose. They are to develop us in our spiritual walk. The building is just an opportunity to be strengthened in the truth, but Yahweh can only save. Yahweh can only save. So we don't want to get mixed up with the building and not see Yahweh. Yahweh has always prepared his salvation back to his truth. He has sent us a Redeemer, his Son, Yahshua. We know our salvation is working because of Yahshua's promise. He died and rose on the third day, our hope of a resurrection, eternal life. Even the promise of Adam and Eve in the garden, promises of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How do we keep growth in the body? Now, this was a question that other elders answered. Elder Cedric says, when we come in the presence of Yahweh, worship him in spirit and truth. Honor him, magnify him, lift him up. Psalm 127, verse 1. Yahweh has to be involved in everything we're doing. We must get his okay. This pleases him. Our building body should be set apart for his purpose. When you dedicate yourself to Yahweh, it's no longer your life. 2 Chronicles chapter 5, verse 13 through 14. You can't do what you want or go where you want. A joyful day, a good thing, happy thing to do Yahweh. We should be happy to do Yahweh's laws. When we praise, it goes to Yahweh. But when we read the word, it's helpful to us. Get excited about Yahweh. Strengthen one another. Another brother had some words. He said, have love and compassion for Yahweh. Love one another. It's the greatest commandment. You can't buy love at the store. It has to come directly from the heart. Yahweh loves us. He sent us his Son. He gave us his truth. We ask for little, but he gives a lot more. We should give freely. Don't keep the message to yourself. Again, put Yahweh's name on your building, on your temple, on your body. Anoint yourself at the place that holds Yahweh and Yahshua's name. Elder Davis had something to say. He said, we need a resting place and a drink in this spiritual wilderness. We get tired at times. We need a dialogue for the promised land. We have to be way stations where people can go to walk the way of Yahweh, keeping the feasts, believing Messiah, keeping Sabbath, etc. It's progress. This is how we do these things. There is so much deception in the teachings of the world, and we need a place we can drink clean, pure water and doctrine. Look for those who desire the word. Revelation 12, verse 17. This is who Satan hates. Some people have Torah, and some just believe the Messiah. But we need both. Matthew chapter 25, verse 34 through 46. We can fulfill this physically and spiritually. Brother Patrick had something to say. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 through 14. We fulfill this. Salt must be spread all over the food. So we see this truth all over the world. We are the salt of the earth. Let people see your light. It doesn't always have to be spoken. Preached. Mark chapter 9, verse 50. Be an example on how to live the word. Okay? Without living the word, you don't have flavor, just knowledge. Bishop Elijah, he said, give your life to Yahweh. Our object is to become kingdom of priests. Another brother mentions, where do we see the congregation going from here? That's the question. Where do we see it going from here? Everything about life isn't normal. This is what he said. If you go to different countries, people's cultures are not normal. He tells us to learn the perspective of people. We have to change in order to grow in the grace of Yahweh. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14.